In the late 1980s, Scott Summers' first wife, Madeline Pryor, staged an assault against the Earth using the dimension of limbo. Now, Madeline Pryor is back to wage an assault back on the Earth using the dimension of limbo once again, but this time she's not alone. Madeline Pryor is joined by the clone of Spider Man, Ben Reilly. My name is Ariko Brannock, and today let's go ahead and dive deep into Marvel's Dark Web X-Men #1. But before we get started, wanted to go ahead and encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button if you enjoy our content. Without further ado, I want to share the excellent creative team behind Dark Web X-Men #1. This issue is written by Gerry Duggan. We have art from Rod Reis, letters from VC's Cory, Petit, and a gorgeous cover from Phil Noto that I'm going to be showing you in just a few moments. I want to read off the solicitation text that Marvel wrote for Dark Web X-Men #1 to get you some context behind the excellent comic book crossover. The X-Men are ensnared in Chasm in the Goblin Queen's dark web. Chaos reigns in the streets of New York as demon hordes pour forth from the realm of Limbo, a realm that until recently was ruled by magic, a realm now ruled by Cyclops' X, also Havoc's X, also a clone of Jean. The X-Men wade into the fray by taking on some of their darker history as the Goblin Queen returns for vengeance. And here's a look at the gorgeous cover for Dark Web X-Men #1 from Phil Noto. I love how this issue kind of has an outline for Spider-Man and shows off, basically all the pieces in the event from one cover alone, aside from maybe Hallows Eve and a couple of the Spider-Man elements like Venom as well. So over in the pages of Amazing Spider-Man, we've gotten so much of Dark Web from Peter Parker's perspective, but to be honest, in a lot of ways, the X-Men are more interesting in this crossover because of their relationship that they have with Madeline Pryor and because of the previous Inferno that happened, as well as, the role that Limbo plays in the series. So I love how this issue first kind of recaps Magic's origins from Limbo before kind of going back to present day and giving us, a sort of Christmas-oriented story. It's so funny that we're seeing kind of Christmas elements in a title where the, dimension of Limbo is invading the Earth and turning a regular shopping experience into an abnormal day for the X-Men. And really, I think that's where writer Gerry Duggan comes in. I really enjoy Gerry Duggan's sense of humor that he imbues to so many different comics throughout, the X-Men's line of stories. In particular, the last couple pages of this issue hit me incredibly hard. And also, if you're familiar with Inferno, or Hellions, that was written by Amazing Spider-Man writer Zeb Wells, I think you're gonna have a sort of visceral reaction to the last couple pages. I really love how the X-Men are written here. They have such like a strong sense of camaraderie, and I just love the way the kind of Jean Grey and Magic have this relationship together as well throughout the issue. I just really enjoyed this, and it was just so great to kind of get so many different X-Men's, point of view with what's happening in Marvel's Dark Web event. Forge had some great one-liners throughout this issue, kind of commenting on all of the strange ways that Limbo is converging with the Earth. And I really like that this issue has taken some time to like flesh out what the invasion of Limbo looks like in the context of Dark Web and not the original Inferno. This issue mainly focuses on kind of the assault that Limbo staged on the Earth, and it's just kind of gorgeous to look at all the way through. I really like all the kind of haunted mailboxes that artist Rod Reis has the chance to draw throughout this series. I love all these kind of sort of haunted Christmas displays throughout the issue. Rice does a wonderful job staging the page and getting such a big emotional reaction from these characters. If I could say one thing, I think, some of these pages, I wish that they were laid out a little bit differently and that characters were rendered a little bit more precisely. But overall, the artwork from Rice just elicits a really kind of beautiful response and captures the emotions from these characters so incredibly well. I just imagine if you're Cyclops and your ex-wife is staging yet another assault on the Earth. I think that would elicit some sort of interesting or strange response from the audience. I'm really happy to see that Marvel is pulling on some of the plot threads from the original Inferno event to make the new Dark Web crossover really kind of sing and tap into its full potential as a storyline. One of the best parts about this issue overall was the kind of back matter page called the 10 of Gifts that imagines the X-Men giving a white gift elephant exchange. I don't want to ruin anything about this page, but it was absolutely hilarious to experience, especially in the context of a dark fantasy X-Men event, X-Men/Spider-Man. So I was really happy to see once again that Gerry Duggan imbues such a strong sense of humor throughout this issue. If you are super invested in the Dark Web event, if you have any familiarity with the Inferno event from the 90s, you're going to get an absolute kick out of this issue. If not, it's a great way to get kind of deeper into the Dark Web event and pick on some more plot threads that are going to be probably harnessed in some future issues of the series. Did you think this Dark Web crossover featuring the X-Men was as silly and as irreverent as I did? I want you to let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and we'll be back very soon for more excellent comic book content. Bye.